the elect of his people. So first and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, HaKadosh.
The honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation, much love and respect to you. I'm going to put this word out with truth and sincerity. All right? Now, we're going to start it off with our 1 Corinthians 10 verse 1.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and 1. Moreover, brethren, I would not that you should be ignorant how that all our fathers were under the cloud.
Right, all our fathers speaking about who? The Israelites. Right? They were all under the cloud, all of our forefathers. Okay? That cloud was the chariot. All right? There's chariots in the scriptures are sometimes described as clouds. Okay? There's different terminologies for them, but one of the main ones is clouds. Go ahead.
And all passed through the sea, and were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea, and did all eat the same spiritual meats, and did all drink the same spiritual drink, for they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Hamashayah.
That followed them. So Yahushua was following the Israelites in the cloud. Okay, get me that where it says that angel, all right, obey him. That was Yahushua. See, a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people out here, even these Israelites, they don't know that. Okay, they're on a very basic level. You know, very, very basic level. You know what I'm saying? Boy, bring it up.
Exodus 23 and verse 20. Behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in the way and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared.
Right, that angel has a capital A. That's speaking about Yahushua. Okay, he's the one that guided them out of Egypt. He's the one that drowned the Egyptians in the sea. Okay?
Sweet.
You understand what I'm saying? So that was all by Yahushua. So he always used the angel on his right hand side to deliver the Israelites. Okay? Just like when Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were in the furnace of fire, he said he saw a fourth person that was what? Like the Son of Man. That was Yahushua. Okay? Go ahead.
Beware of him and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgression. For my name is in him. But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies.
That's it. And this is what we're doing. We're dealing with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. And guess what? Anyone who's an enemy of us is an enemy of the Lord. Is an enemy of Yahushua. All right. So in due season, they're going to get their just due. All right. It's not up to us to exact vengeance. It's the Lord. The vengeance is the Lord's. All right. So He's going to exact the vengeance on them. He's going to exact the vengeance on the Edomites and the Moabites and all the rest of these other nations, man. All right. We just have to wait patiently. Go ahead.
And an adversary unto thine adversary.
Go ahead, bro. Keep going on that. You have a precept? Read out.
Zephaniah 3 and verse 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the break.
Yep.
For my determination is the God of the nations.
Wait ye upon me. Meaning what? We have to wait on the Lord. All right? We're not supposed to be in the spirit of gathering weapons and all that. We're not taking out Esau by our own hand. The Lord is going to take down his devil. All right? And that's a sure thing. Because his word, all his prophecies are going to stand. Okay? Go ahead.
For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even my fierce anger.
And that's what he's doing now. He's gathering the nations for what? World War III. And we've been telling you that's going to happen. Now all these things are eating up. All right? But this is right now, it's still just a rumor. As soon as something's really going to pop off, that's really going to launch everything into full blast. All right? Then nuclear war is going to be imminent. Go ahead.
For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
Right, and that fire is going to come from those nuclear missiles. He created those things. Those are the instruments of his warfare. Those are the instruments for his work. He put it in the mind of these devils to create a destructive instrument like that. Okay? That's it on that. Go ahead.
All right, back to 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and 5. But with many of them, the Most High was not well pleased, for they were overthrown in the wilderness.
Right. Many of our people, and even now, he's not pleased with many of these Israelites, man. These Israelites are wicked, all right? They're unfaithful, all right? They're conniving, they're serpentine, all right? Even when you see an Israelite Now, oh, he's a cool J. No, really, there's no cool J that's not in the truth, man.
That's right.
All right? When you really look at it, man. They might be cooler than other J's, but when you really get down to the nitty gritty, man, they ain't right. Okay? Why? Because when you come into this truth, what's the first thing that happens? Character development, man. You start to develop your character according to the righteousness of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. They haven't even started the process of character development, man. All right? Yeah, there was a light in the elect, even from the beginning, but there had to be a development as well. You see what I'm saying? What you got? I mean, keep going on that. Anybody have a precept on what I said? No? Okay, keep precept.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 4, and verse 18. And these are they which are sown among thorns, such as hear the word, and the cares of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches, and the lust of other things entering in, choke the word, and it becometh unfruitful. So, back to 1 Corinthians 10 and verse 6. Now these things were our examples, to the intent we should not lust after evil things, as they also lusted. Neither be ye idolaters, as were some of them. As it is written, the people sat down to eat and drink, and rose up to play. Neither let us commit.
You know what? Jump down like to like the last 7 verses. Right? Jump to like the last 7 verses. You know what? That's the main point I want to get right.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10, and verse 24. Let no man seek his own, but every man another's wealth. Whatsoever is sold in the shambles that eat, asking no question for conscience sake.
Right, meaning what? When you go to the store, right? You don't ask, oh, yo, was this sacrificed unto a devil? All right? Was this prepared for Thanksgiving? You know what I'm saying? Or did you pray over it, whatever the case may be? You just buy it, right? For conscience sake. So you don't have to think, okay, now you know it's an idol. Now it's different, you know what I mean? To him that doeth wrong, you know what I'm saying? To him it is sin. You know he does wrong, to him it is sin. You understand? So sometimes it's better to be ignorant of certain things.
That's right.
Because all these things that Esau has out here is all defiled, man. Okay, GMO foods, all kind of pesticides, all kind of, there's pork and different things that you don't even know there's pork. Right? Because this devil is he's backwards, man.
Wow, yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
This is Romans 14 and 23. And he that doubteth is damned if he eat, because he eateth not of faith. For whatsoever is not of faith is sin.
Right. If you're not strong enough to eat that, you know, your conscience, you know, will be a witness against you. You see what I'm saying? Keep going.
Yep. 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 26. For the earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof. If any of them that believe not bid you to a feast, and ye be disposed to go, whatsoever is set before you, eat, asking no question for conscience sake.
Right. So you don't really want to know, you know. You go, but you don't really want to know, you know, if they prayed over it and all these different things, you know. Because if you know now, you know, maybe I might say nothing, you know. Maybe I know what I ordered food, man. Now, yeah, we know that if they decide to tell me, oh, you know what, I prayed, I had a long prayer, no, I said, I ain't eating no more, man. I'm gonna go eat somewhere else. All right. But if I didn't ask, guess what? Through the Spirit, I'll just get it. You see, I'll just eat it. You know. Is there a chance they did it? Sure. Okay, but guess what? I'm going to pray over it myself. Keep going, man.
But if any man say unto you, this is offered in sacrifice unto idols, eat not, for his sake that shewed it, and for conscience sake. For the earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof.
Right, because he might also think that, oh, you know what I'm doing is okay. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to think too. You got to think beyond yourself. You know? Oh yeah, it's good. It's good to eat. This is turkey. This is lawful. That's lawful. You know, but at the end of the day, for conscience sake, you know, it's probably best to avoid it if you know. You see what I'm saying? Keep going.
Conscience, I say, not thine own, but of the other. For why is my liberty judged of another man's conscience?
Hold that. What you got?
I got Sirach 1 and 18. For is much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow.
Right. The more things you know what I'm saying, it could increase. It could add on to sorrow. That's correct. What?
All right, verse 29. Conscience, I say, not thine own, but of the other.
Yeah.
For why is my liberty judged of another man's conscience? For if I by grace be a partaker, why am I evil spoken of for that for which I give thanks?
Right. So guess what? It's by grace. You can really technically you can eat it, right? But for the conscience of the other person using wisdom, you know what I'm saying? You don't eat it. You know, it's better not to eat it. Okay, not to say you're condemned, but you know, go ahead.
Whether therefore you eat or drink or whatsoever you do, do all to the glory of Yahweh.
Right.
Give none offense, neither to the Jews, nor to the Gentiles, nor to the church of the Most High.
Right. You gotta. At the end of the day, you gotta think on Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. You know what is gonna glorify them. You know, beyond what's gonna make you feel good. You know. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes you gotta take that L, you know, to glorify Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? Where? They might say, okay, I won't give you a gift today. I'll give you a gift 4 days later, right past the Christmas. But then in their mind, they still give you a Christmas. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nothing, man. All right, I don't want nothing. And they'll try to bring that back up. All right? Satan will jump on them and say, you accepted the money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know what? Don't keep your money, man. All right?
That's right. That's
what
right.
I'm saying?
That's right. That's right.
All right? For conscience sake, man. Go ahead.
Real quick, this is Romans 14:6. He that regardeth the day, regardeth it unto the Lord. And he that regardeth not the day to the Lord, he does not regard it. He that eateth, eateth to the Lord, for he giveth the Most High thanks. And he that eateth not to the Lord, he eateth and giveth Yahweh Yahweh Shai thanks. For none of us liveth to himself, and no man dieth to himself.
Right, you got to do everything unto Yahweh Shai. Everything unto Yahweh Shai.
Right? For whether we live unto the Lord. And whether we die unto the Lord. Whether we live or die, we are the Lord's.
What?
1 Corinthians 11 and verse 30, 1 Corinthians 10 and 32, give none offense, neither to the Jews, nor to the Gentiles, nor to the church of the Most High. Even as I please all men in all things, not seeking my own profit, but
not seeking my own profit, you know? Because you got people that come into the truth, you have that selfishness about, yo, what's better, it's best for me. You know, that nigga in the world tell me that I helped him get a job, and this nigga done, I'm gonna call him a nigga, man. It's just call him straight, you know what I'm saying? Because that's a nigga move, man. I got him a job, I got him in the same position as me, man. You know what I'm saying? Basically right under me, you know, basically right under me, I think. And this nigga just left the job, right? And didn't even, you know what I mean? Didn't even call in sick. I said, yo, bro, just when I told him, yo, if you're gonna leave, just do everything right. You know, give him a 2-week notice. Just do everything right. You know, and then when I asked him about it, nah, you know, I gotta do what's best for me. That's a Negro, man. That's black mentality, man. You gotta get out of that black culture mentality. You gotta get into that righteous culture of our true heritage as Israelites, man. All right? That's why you can't. This was a manufactured thing. You Jakes had more sense going back to the 50s, man. Now you Jakes all effed up, man. Now you Jakes all effed up, man. Let's pay attention, man. All right? Now you Jakes all effed up, man. Go ahead, read.
Yeah. Even as I please all men in all things, not seeking mine own profit.
Right, not seeking my own profit. All right, not about what's best for me, what makes me feel good. What about the next man? What about even the ones that are outside?
That's right.
All right, the truth. You got to think about their conscience as well. Go ahead. But the nigga mentality is all yours. I'm getting the bag. All right. Oh no, yo, who's even talking to me like that? That's black mentality. That's black culture.
Exactly.
All right. What does black mean? That means death.
Pick it up.
You understand what I'm saying to you? That means death.
That's right.
So if you're still in that mentality, you still got the spirit of death within you, man.
That's right.
That's leaven that needs to be, give me that, a little leaven, man. That's something that needs to be purged out. We're getting back to our Israelite culture, the sons of God.
That's right.
We don't got time for all that extra shit. Go ahead. Hold on, finish that little verse off.
It says, even as I please all men in all things, not seeking mine own profit, but the profit of many, that they may be saved.
That's it, that they may be saved, the profit of many. Still go back on that. Go ahead.
This is 1 Corinthians 5 and verse 6. Your glorying is not good. Know ye not that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump?
A little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. So if you got a little leaven in you, that makes the whole lump defiled, man.
That's right.
There's a scripture that says that if something that's unholy or unclean touches something that's clean, does it not become defiled?
That's it.
Of course, you can't bring something in the temple, okay, this is the right, that's without blemishes, this and that. But if, guess what, if it touches someone that touches a dead body, that thing is unclean.
If in your car, if you pass through a dead body, yeah.
Absolutely. That's why I try to avoid it.
That's right.
Okay, I try to avoid it, but I mean, you're not gonna get into a car
No,
crash.
no, for sure,
You're
yeah,
unclean.
but-
You're unclean. You know,
Yeah,
you're not
yeah.
wicked if you're unclean.
Yeah.
You see where the sin comes in is when you don't do the ritual that's set up for that, right? Like if you, which in a lot, sometimes we can't even do the ritual. You understand what I'm saying? You might have, sleep with a woman or whatever the case may be. You take a shower, but then you don't go and wash the clothes right away. You understand what I'm saying? So it's all, everything has to be in, you have to have a balanced mindset, man. Anyways, go ahead.
Verse 7, purge out therefore the old leaven,
Yep.
that ye may be a new
Now, hold
lump.
on, the old leaven. That means the old man that you were. Those characteristics have to be purged out. That mindset has to be purged out.
That's right,
And you
that's
have
right.
to become what? A new creature, a new lump.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Purge out the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened, for even Hamashiach our Passover is sacrificed for us.
Right. Can you read that last part again?
Son, purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened. For even Hamashiach our Passover is sacrificed for us.
Right, because Yahweh said, be ye perfect even as my Father in heaven is perfect. So we're supposed to follow after perfection, man. See, we be getting on these other camps because they're not following after perfection. You see what I'm saying? We're perfectionists when it comes to the truth, right? Okay? And part of being perfectionist is not being over righteous. Try to understand that. Okay? So you have to get into, you have to be in the spirit at the end of the day. If you're not in the spirit, especially what we're coming into, right? The times we're coming into, we have to be locked into the spirit. Discipline. All right? Temperance, as the scripture says, which goes into what? Self-control, man.
This is Luke 5:36, and he spake also a parable unto them. No man putteth a piece of a new garment upon an old.
Right.
If otherwise, then both the new maketh a rent, and the piece that was taken out of the new
Right.
agreeth not with the old.
It's stupid, all right? To put a new garment with an old garment, man. Right? You see what I'm saying? So you gotta come with a whole new garment, man. If you want to really be fresh, you don't take, I got Louis V, and you cut the Louis V, you put it on your old Gap pants. What is that? You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta come with the beginning. You understand? Let's see. Hold on. Read that.
This is Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. And be not conformed to this world,
Yeah.
but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Be transformed. You gotta transform. You gotta change, man. Okay? Like I said, we gotta put off that black culture, man. That Negro, that so-called Latino culture, man. That Native American. What's Native American culture and black culture and all that, man? Right? It's confusion, man. Gangster rap. All right? You understand what I'm saying? You understand? Oh, the woman over the man. Woman's running shit. All right? You see the disorder in the household? Smoking weed. Selling drugs for the fraud. You see what I'm saying to you? You gotta put that shit away, man. And then, you go down to the native, when you go to the reserve, what do you see, man? Cigarette shop, liquor, cigarette, liquor. You understand? This is a culture that's been manufactured because you've been around the devil too much, man. Right? So-called white man done permeated your mind with a disease, man. And now you look at what the results of this shit, man. That's why when Yahweh Shai comes back, he's taking all of that out, man.
That's right.
All right? He's going to take the cancer out, and then he's going to flip and purge the people, man. All of our people, man. From the southern kingdom all the way to the northern kingdom, man. Go ahead.
That ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High.
The what? Acceptable, perfect will of the Most High. So you got to be perfect, man. You got to strive for perfection, I should say. All right? So therefore, if you're striving for perfection, a brother corrects you, you should be happy about the water. Now I can get more closer to the mark.
And actually say the brother loves you.
Right. That's based upon love. If you're not, you're not megalomaniacs, as the apostles say, right?
Yeah. All
All about ego, right? Well, that goes back to black culture. It goes back to making, you know what I'm saying? Everything's about being the ego trip. Someone look at you too long, you're having a staring contest because the one that looks away is the bitch. When he looks away, like, yeah, that's right,
I remember those days.
Basically his spirit is like, yo, I could just take his lunch money now, right? No, I'll take that bus pass. You see what I'm saying to you? That's the vibe. That's what Jake comes from, man. So you gotta purge all of that out, man. Okay? You gotta purge all of that nonsense out. Go ahead, brother.
It's the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 17. Wherefore come out from among them,
Yep.
and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch
You
not.
know the pigeon is still under
Still
there?
there.
Anyways, keep going. Go ahead.
Wherefore come out from among them,
Yep.
and be ye separate, saith the Lord,
Yep.
and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you.
And touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you, man. All right? You see what I'm saying? So that means what? You can't be conformed to this world, and you can't be trying to mix with this world, man. You got to be separate, man. All right? And like I told you, we got to put off that culture that was permeated in our people's minds, man. We're supposed to be different, man. All right? In righteousness. Okay? What you got, bro? Go ahead. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead, somebody.
Ephesians 4 and 21. If so be that ye have heard him and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Yahweh's side, that ye put off concerning the former conversation of the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust,
Right.
and be renewed in the spirit of your mind,
You have to be renewed in the spirit of your mind. Go ahead.
and that ye put on the new man, which is after Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, created in righteousness and true holiness. And that ye put on the new man, which after the Most High is created in righteousness and true holiness.
Which is created in righteousness and true holiness, man. You understand what I'm saying? Right?
Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither you go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
This is the culture we're supposed to go back to, man. The scriptures, man. All right? This is our book, man. This is our history book. These are the great men. All right? When you read about Moses, when you read about Joshua, Caleb, these are our history. This is our history, man. All right? Not Nipsey Hussle, man. All right? Or Jay-Z and these sellouts, man. Because they're all about getting the money, and they'll do anything to sell out to get the money to this devil, this so-called white man. All right? So what you got to do is you got to leave from those men and that mentality and come to this mentality. Our true history, okay? The true great men. All right? Just a bit more, bring it up.
Which shall hear of these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Right, exactly. All right, that's what they're going to say in the kingdom, man. All right, they're going to look up to us like they're looking like gods, man, on the earth. Okay, why? Because the Heavenly Father is going to increase His people, man. He's going to glorify His people. You see what I'm saying to you? So ain't going to be no more of this nonsense you're seeing now with Jake, right? Their pants sagging and stuff like that. That's not going to be. That's not going to exist in the kingdom, man. We're going to be putting on our royal garments, man. Fully clothed, man. All right? In righteousness, man. Showing these other nations how to really do it, man. What you got, bro?
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 15. For all things are for your sakes, that the abundant grace might through the thanksgiving of many be down to the glory of Yahweh, for which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day.
That's it. No, the outward man perish, man. All right? No, his flesh perish, so we get sick, different things like that, you know? We get stressed, we're all stressed out in the society, but guess what? The inward man is removed day by day. The spirit is what sustains somebody. Okay? You got something else?
This is the book of Ephesians 4 and verse 22, that ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man,
Right.
which is corrupt according to deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind.
And let's look at that word conversation, what was shown in that passage. Go ahead, read that.
Romans 7 and 24. O wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this death?
Which we're all wretched, but what we have to do is we have to strive for perfection. See? Paul strive for perfection, man. Not pursuant to the perfection of the law, but pursuant to the righteousness of Yahweh. Okay? There's a difference, man. You got to be in the spirit. Okay? There's certain things, all things are lawful, but all things are not expedient. You see what I'm saying? It's lawful to have, to walk around telling the Edomites going into slavery at your job, at your work. You go to the judge, say you're not a real judge, right? And you'll be held in contempt of court. Is that in the spirit? That's not the spirit. Okay? Is it lawful? Yeah, it's lawful. Okay? You know what I'm saying? What? Hold on. You have to bring that out.
This is definition of conversation in the blue letter. It reads, manner of life, conduct.
Manner of life. So you got to put off the manner of life that you had before, man. You see what I'm saying to you? Go ahead. The conduct. Go ahead.
Conduct, behavior,
Right.
deportment.
Behave right. So you can't be acting how you were acting in the world. First of all, when people see you, you gotta be able to see that difference, man. If they don't see that difference, there's a major issue. You understand? Go ahead. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter.
And the thing is, even these other camps, the people around them, they see the difference, but it's not with balance. So they really just ruin their whole life. You know what I mean? Because it's not with balance. They come into the truth, they're cursing out their wife, their children, right? Kicking their children, they're kicking their wife, or whatever. Hey, you going off? What? No, it's just divorce her right away. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You can't be doing that. All right? You got to come in, you got to have temperance, man. The scriptures also say, be not a lion in your house, man. But you see, so they come into the truth, and they're not temperate, they're not balanced. Okay? But then there's also a level of, no, we're not doing that. No, that's done. Okay? Which that's righteous as well. But you have to have the balance with it. Because the scriptures speak about, get me that with a bishop having to order his house. Because when it speaks about a bishop, he says he has to have his house in order. All right? So when you come into this truth, brothers, their children are respectful. You see what I'm saying? A lot of, I ain't going to speak for every brother, but majority of brothers that's on the level, their children are respectful. They're coming up in the ways of Yahweh Shai to some degree. But then you have, and if you have a wife that's unruly, you know what I'm saying? If she's too unruly, okay? I'm talking about too unruly, where she's not listening to anything. Well, then you already know what the scripture says on there. But if she be pleased to dwell with you, and she's not completely overly deterring you from the truth, then that's all good. Okay? You can deal with it. All right? But other than that, you know what I'm saying? You know what the scripture says. Go ahead.
This is 1 Timothy chapter 3.
Because nothing is above this truth. Everything, this truth is above all. And that's what Yahweh Shai is looking for. Go ahead.
1 Timothy 3 and 2. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality, apt to teach.
Apt to teach, man. Okay? Go ahead.
Not given to wine, no striker, not greedy of filthy lucre, but patient, not a brawler, nor covetous.
Does it speak about the order in his house? Okay, go ahead.
One that ruleth well his own house.
You gotta rule your house though. You understand what I'm saying? But you gotta have balance too. Okay? You have to have balance too, right? You gotta show mercy, leeway, all of that. Right? Even within your own household, right? Alright? What?
Having his children in subjection with all gravity.
Right. Right, when you come into this truth. Alright? But of course, this world is so wicked, and these children ain't fashioned after their liking because they're raised by the school system and all these different things. But at the end of the day, right? You know what I'm saying? It comes down to, ultimatums sometimes, What you got, bro?
It's the book of Colossians chapter 4 and verse 5. Walk in wisdom towards them that are without.
Right.
Redeeming the time.
Right. So them that are without, meaning them that are not in the truth. So we got to walk with wisdom before them. Okay? We have to show that, we have to be a representative of Yahweh Shai. Okay? You see what I'm saying? It's not really, the only thing they should have to say against you is this truth. He speaks too much truth or this and that. and I don't agree with the doctrine. That's the only thing they should have against you. That's the only thing they had against Yahweh Shai. Okay, so what do they have to do? They have to bring up false accusations. Just like they're going to bring up false accusations against us. Right? Because the servant is not greater than his master. And what are people going to do? What are some of these people in the camps going to do in that time? When they bring up false accusations? We're going to see if your family's going to ride for you then, man. Because it's not going to be pretty. Alright? I'm going to tell you that for now. But it's not going to be pretty, man. There's going to be even brothers that's going to betray you in this thing, man. That you thought was real. And they're going to switch. Right? What you got, bro?
That is 1 Timothy 3 and 5.
Yeah.
For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church?
That's it. I said if a man don't know how to rule his own house, man. It can't be too crazy. It can't be too crazy, man. All right? It has to be a balance, man. All right? Matter of fact, read that one again.
1 Timothy 3 and 5. For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of God?
Right. Because this is what the Lord is looking for. He's looking for 144,000 leaders.
Right.
See, we are the leaders. Oh, give me that. They shall have them for leaders dealing with the prophets. Because the prophets are the true leaders of the nation. Okay? The men of the Lord. They're the ones who, even the kings consulted with the prophets, man. Those are the most important people on earth. Okay? You have it? Bring it up.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 1 and verse 38. And now, brother, behold, what glory, and see the people that cometh from the east, unto whom I will give for leaders.
And who's in the east? The Israelites are going to be in the east. We're going back to the east. That's what we're going to. Right?
Abraham,
who I will give for leaders. Read that part again. Stop. Read that part again.
Unto whom I will give for leaders Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Hosea, Amos, and Micah, Joel,
Abdias,
and Jonah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, and Haggai, Zechariah,
so
and
these
Malachi.
are all the prophets. These are the prophets that the Lord is going to put over the nation of Israel. That's the 144,000. 144,000 is not just someone who, I just believe. They're going to be the prophets, man. Go ahead.
And Malachi, which is called also an angel of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Right. That's it. That's it. No? Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment, and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, and to young men knowledge and discretion.
That's it. That's it. You got to learn subtlety. You have to learn knowledge. You have to learn discretion. You have to learn all these things, man. You know? What's about?
Proverbs 3 and 21. My son, let not them depart from thine eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. So shall they be life unto thy soul, and grace to thy neck. Then shalt thou walk in thy way safely, and thou shalt not, and thy foot shall not stumble.
Read that again.
Proverbs 3 and 21. My son, let not them depart from thine eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. So shall they be life unto thy soul, and grace to thy neck. Then shalt thou walk in thy way safely, and thy foot shall not stumble.
That's right. When you use wisdom and you walk in this earth, that's how you don't stumble, man. You know? There's prophets who at certain, the men of the Lord at certain particular times, they didn't walk in wisdom, they got put to death. Okay? And any move could be your last move, man. You know? The other Yahshua said that the other day, man. Every move could be your last move. You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta move with wisdom, man. Right? Josiah, they said, oh, he walked in the ways of the Lord, right? But then he had this big Passover, right? Right? But then what did he do? He went and did something that wasn't wise to go fight against one of the nations, I think it was the Egyptians, that was basically commissioned by the Heavenly Father to do a thing, and he got put to death, man. You see what I'm saying? It's up to the Heavenly Father to give grace and mercy, man. You can't choose. It's up to him, man. You can't say, oh, look at my long list. Well, look at the long list of sins. You see what I'm saying to you? What you got?
Real quick, this is Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 16. Be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself?
Right, so you can't be over righteous. All right? In other words, all things are lawful, but all things are not expedient. Right? You see some maybe one of your wife or something doing something that's unlawful. It's not every time you're gonna start an argument because of it. Right? You know what I'm saying? But there's certain times where you might put your foot down and say certain things, man. Okay, so you gotta use wisdom, man. All right? You know what I'm trying to say? You gotta have and also, let's say you're at work, your boss is an Edomite, you're not gonna curse him out and say, oh, you're an Edomite, you're going into slavery. You know, because you won't have a job. I can guarantee that. You know, some people, if they want to wear fringes at the job, that's your choice. It's your choice. I'm not gonna get on them. No, you do what you want to do. You understand what I'm saying? We move with we have a different mindset. You know, you're a great millstone. We're moving on wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right? Be not overmuch wicked, neither be thou foolish. Why shouldest thou die before thy time?
Right, but you know, you don't just keep doing wickedness. The scripture says offend less. Because the more you offend, guess what? That's the more that the Lord, more you gotta pay, right? You gotta, and even the men of the Lord, they get judged, they get chastised, man. You see? There's certain things the Lord winks at, and there's certain things the Lord doesn't wink at. You understand? So you have to use balance, man. You know what I mean? What?
Verse 19, wisdom strengtheneth the wise more than 10 mighty men which are in the city.
Right, and above all, you gotta really watch how you deal with brothers, man. Okay, because these are the men that the Lord is constantly watching. These are the men that the Lord is constantly that He cares about, man. More than anything else. All right, guess what? The Lord will judge you for wickedness you do to people outside the truth too. But guess what? The thing that you do to a brother is even more offensive. You understand? So you gotta watch how you're dealing with it. So like there's one.
Romans 12 and 18. If it possible, as much as light in you, live peaceably with all men.
Right. If it be possible, as much as light in you, live peaceably with all men. That's dealing with even these Edomites, even these other nations, even our enemies, man. Okay. Okay, so even your enemies, even because all these nations are enemies, man. The men of the Lord that's in this truth, all these people are got nothing but enemies out there. All right, no matter where you look, man. All right, these men of these other nations, the men of our own nations, the women, right? They're all our enemies, man. You see what I'm saying to you? Okay, so they say, oh, he's cool, he's not in the truth. Really, when you look at it, he's not with Yahweh Shai. Who is not for me is against me. He's an enemy, man. But I don't care how cool he seems, man. You gotta still watch his ass, man. All right? Because they're not moving with the integrity of the men of the Lord. And all these people that are not in the truth, they all have a price, man. They all have a price, man.
Scripture says, be ye not unequally yoked with unbelievers.
Matter of fact, I get that one in this school. The other one?
Okay. So continue to what you were saying, brother. This is Galatians 6. Concerning how to deal with brothers. Galatians 6 and verse 10. As we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them who are of the household of faith.
Especially those that are of the household of faith. Because you do good to them niggas in the world, you might end up regretting it. All right? Not to say you don't, you know, we're just, you know, good in the, no, we're supposed to be doing good in general, right? But those that are in the world, they don't have any appreciation, they don't have no respect, okay? So when you do it to a brother actually appreciates it, right? Someone that's in the truth, right? Okay? But you do something to them dudes in the world, you might end up regretting, like, why did I even do that for this nigga? All right? But just like I mentioned, that dude that I gave the job to, you know, he didn't appreciate that, man. What?
So, 1 Peter 2 and 12, having your conversation honest among the Gentiles, that whereas they speak against you as evildoers, they may by your good works, which they shall behold, glorify Yahweh Shai in the day of visitation.
By your good works, glorify Yahweh Shai. Like I said, man, when you're in the truth, gotcha. When you're in the truth, right? You got you know, you got these dudes in the world that tell you, man. They'll tell you things. I'm like, oh shoot, yo, I seen you were a guy of wisdom. When I seen you had wisdom on you, I never barely even said 2 words to this guy. Huh?
You're different.
Yeah, you're different, or you know what I mean? Like, you know, you're a man of integrity. Like Edomites will tell you that. You understand what I'm saying to you? And you don't know what you're like. Oh shit, you're off guard. Like wow, yeah. But you feel good. But it's like yo, you're like wow. Because you don't look at yourself like that. You look like you're trying, you know?
That's right.
You're going off, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you're in this truth, you're on a different level. You're supposed to be on a different level than these other dudes, right? These other people. The scriptures also says, let another man esteem you, not yourself. But, Salakia, you're still reading? That was it on that? Okay, read that precept for a moment.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, and verse 7. When a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him.
Right. You see the police passed right before, right? They waved, didn't they? They waved, right? I don't know him. Okay? But that's the spirit. And they wave a lot. Okay? It's not the only time they wave a lot. You know, I gave them a nod, you know, like what's up? But guess what? The regular Jakes, they don't, police ain't waving at them. I guarantee if Jake with his pants out, he ain't waving at him. Alright? They're looking to beat him with the club. Why? Because he's not in the truth, man. See, Jake doesn't understand. This is what's going to take all of those troubles and give you comfort in those things, man. Not only that you'll understand or make a way for you, the Lord will make a way for you to escape. Because we are his people, man. We are the sons of God, man. That's right. So the Lord is looking for you to turn back to him so that he can show you, listen, this is why you're going through what you're going through, man. Right. See, Jake don't get it. Our people don't get it. All right? They think it has to do with economics. It has nothing to do with economics and learning this system. You tried that already. You tried that. You tried to have. There's plenty successful black societies, plenty, man, that were doing that super rich. What happened, man? That all got destroyed, man, by the enemy. Showing you, and the Lord was showing you, this is not your rest. This is not the place where you're going to prosper, man. The kingdom of heaven is for us, man. All right? And they're trying to make it for everybody. It's not for everybody, man. The kingdom of heaven, he said the world to come is for few. That's not for everybody, man. That's for the elected. That's for the Israelites altogether, but starting with the elect of the nation of Israel. Starting with the elect, the chosen. Hold on. I said something. I made a mention of something. Give me Romans the 13th chapter. Why? You got something on that? You got something on that too? Bring it out.
Baruch 4 and 28. For as it was in your mind to go astray from the Most High, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. For he hath brought these plagues upon you.
Right, these plagues. Plagues dealing with what? Curses. Plagues are curses. Go ahead.
Shall bring you everlasting joy with your salvation.
That's it. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to dust. He said he took us out of the dunghill. That's what he's going to do, man. All right? The meek shall inherit the earth, man. Go ahead, bro. What you got, bro?
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 3 and 13. And who is he that will harm you if ye be followers of that which is good?
That's it. That's it.
Jeremiah 15 and 11. The Lord said, verily it shall be well with thy remnants. Verily I will cause the enemy to entreat thee well in the time of evil and in the time of affliction.
I will cause the enemy to entreat you well in the time of evil, man. So you might be in a situation, man. You might be in a con camp, you know what I'm talking about. All right? And the enemy might come and say, you know what, I'm going to give you some extra food, I'm going to give you this, I'm going to give you that, man. Matter of fact, I'm going to let you go. All right? You see what I'm saying to you? So why? Because the Spirit's going to be on the Lord to make them do that, man. Did not Nebuchadnezzar show favor unto Daniel, man? Even when he was in the light, then Nebuchadnezzar was more scared than Daniel was, man. Okay? Why? Because he loved Daniel, man. Who put the Spirit in him to love Daniel? The Lord put the Spirit in him, man. Because at the end of the day, he's a heathen. Right?
Same thing with that soldier with Paul. He showed him favor too.
Yeah, yeah.
Paul was locked up.
Right. And also the soldier was over the eunuchs, over the princes, with Daniel. Okay, he said that his heart gravitated to Daniel. All right, and that's why Daniel asked him to give him a pulse instead of being defiled. You understand what I'm saying? So you can only do that because the Lord put in his spirit to find favor with him. And even with David, right? His favorite, it's Jesse. Okay, said that their love for each other was beyond the love of God. You see what I'm saying? And that was so he could escape and do all these different things, man.
He also had I forgot what status he had, but he was a Philistine. He showed favor to David as well. He said, "You're like an angel unto me."
You don't have to get it. You don't have to get it. It's all good. It's all good. You know? Just not remember it right now. Boy, what you got?
Romans 13, verse 1. That every soul be subject unto the higher powers.
Yeah.
For there is no power but of Yahweh. The powers that be are ordained of Yahweh. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of Yahweh. And they that
Right,
resist.
so when you resist, what does it mean? It means to fight against the power. Okay? You got certain Israelites there, it's like they're trying to, why don't we, this thing is too passive for them, right? To push the word out and things like this. But they don't understand. This is what's bringing this society down.
Right.
This is what's bringing all these problems and stuff, is the fact we're speaking it into existence, man. All right? The Lord's word is speaking, right? The prophecies, and then the prophecies speak. You know? That's the order of things. Everything has to be done decently and in order. You know? Boy, bro.
And they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation.
Damnation. Boy, brother.
This is 1 Samuel 29 and verse 3. Then said the princes of the Philistines, "What do these Hebrews here?" And Achish said unto the princes of the Philistines, "Is not this David, the servant of Saul, the king of Israel, which has been with me these days or these years, and I have found no fault in him, since he fell unto me unto this day?"
I found no fault in him. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm glad this is spirit I just bring it out anyway, right? Because he found no fault in him, and none of these people in the world should really be finding fault in you. Because compared to them, I had this one manager I had. She said nobody here is an angel except for Shamar. That's what she said. I was just like, except for this guy. All right? You understand what I'm saying? Except for this guy. You know what I mean? That's what she said. All right? That's what she said. All right? So and I was like, oh shit. Okay? But that's it, because keep going. Well, that's the same. She said the same thing he said. Read it again. Read it again.
All right. This is 1 Samuel 29 and verse 3. And then said the princes of the Philistines, "What do these Hebrews here?" And Achish said unto the princes of the Philistines, "Is not this David, the servant of Saul, the king of Israel, which has been with me these days or these years, and I have found no fault in him, since he fell unto me unto this day?" I'm going to jump to verse 9. And David said unto Achish, and it's like verse 9, and Achish answered and said to David, "I know that thou art good in my sight, as an angel of the Most High. Notwithstanding, the princes of the Philistines have said, He shall not go up with us to the battle. Wherefore, now rise up early in the morning with thy master's servants that are come with thee, and as soon as ye be early in the morning, and have light, depart."
It's like an angel, because an angel is what? An angel is completely righteous. Like, an angel's just doing the orders of Yahweh. He's not rebelling. He's not committing sin. He's just doing what he's supposed to be doing, right? So when someone says you're an angel, it means you're righteous unto them. You're good to them. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. She said the same thing to me. All right? And that's all through the spirit, man. Because when I'm going to places, I'm not acting like these people, bro. I'm acting in the wisdom of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, man. You know? to the best of my ability, man, as a man. You see what I'm saying? But are they, like I said, they didn't even start the true character development yet, man. You can read all the books you want, man. All right? But if the Holy Spirit ain't in you, they don't have it. It's all hypocrisy. It's all acting. All this affirmation, I will do good today. I will do this. That's all incantations, man. And it's hypocrisy, man. All right? Nobody's walking around with a smile on their face 24. They're all positive. That's hypocrisy, man. You understand? Well, you know you're an Israelite, brother? You ever heard that before? No problem, no problem. What you got, bro? What you got, bro? That's it? Go ahead, bring it up.
1 Peter 3:16, having a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you as an evildoer, that they may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation in Hamashiach. For it is better if the will of the Most High be so.
Being the fame we entreat. See that? Being the fame we entreat. See, this is what comes out going out and pushing the word out. Man. All right? You ain't gonna get no great man. I'm just out here doing, you know what I mean?
That's right, that's it.
Just doing my duty, man.
That's it.
All right? Go ahead, bro.
For it is better if the
We are
will.
the offscouring of the earth. See what we are the offscouring of the world. What is that? The scum of the world. When they see that's why sometimes they put the mask on. You must have a sins. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Especially the black woman when she was.
Oh yeah, exactly. But that's because they're wicked and we're righteous. They don't like the light. Well, I'm not gonna say we're righteous. I'm saying we're wicked. They're wicked, and we're following after the righteousness of Yahweh Shai. Okay, so they see the light and you know. It's like if you're in the right? Sometimes you might just wake up, right? And then you might have a fine chick with you, and you're in the dark, and you got drool on the side of your mouth. She turns on the light, and oh shit. You know? Or you dealing with a woman, she knows she got some rolls on it. You turn on the light, she don't want to turn off the light. Why? Because you want to be exposed. You don't want to see the drool on another crust in the eyes. You want to wash off the face.
1 Peter 3:17, for it is better if the will of the Most High be so, that ye suffer for well-doing than for evil-doing.
Go ahead.
For it is better that if of the will of the Most High be so, that ye suffer for well-doing than for evil-doing.
Right, we suffer for well-doing, man, not for evil-doing, man. That's a beautiful thing. That's not pleasant, right? People snickling. Like I told you, the first time I came out, you got the end of pointing with her friends, like she was out of one of these doors. She popped out, looked, and I was there shaking and shit. You understand? Laughing with her friends. That wasn't pleasant. You think I was pleasant to me? That wasn't pleasant. Well, guess what? I felt good that at the end of the day, when all said and done, after everything was said and done, you're like, yo, you feel good you're doing the work. You know? And then what happens? The Lord will build you up. The Lord will show you, listen, I'm with you, man. You know? I'm with you. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Even me, I didn't do no camp, but the first time I came here by myself, the guy, I was saying stuff, the guy said, fuck you. You know what I mean? That, I felt a certain way, you know? Not really, but I was like...
Yeah, you feel away, man. Even when people snickle and shit, you feel away.
Yeah, you feel away.
You feel away. Sometimes it's all right, cool. The Lord's gonna deal with them, but in the back of your mind, sometimes you like, you wish that the Lord just sent a lightning bolt.
Boom.
You know.
Yeah.
What you got?
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 9.
We're coming to those times. Salakia, we're coming to those times, man. All right? Where the people are going to say something, and then immediately something's going to happen to them.
That's right.
You understand? We're coming to... Listen, in the day of thy power, thy people shall be willing, man. All right? And if you're coming just because you see all these things happening, the Lord is looking at you sideways as well, man. Seek... Go ahead, bro.
1 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 9. For I think that the Most High has set forth us, the apostles, last, as we were appointed to death.
What does apostle mean? What does the word apostle mean?
Sent away.
Sent away. That's correct. Go ahead.
For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men.
What's a spectacle? A theater.
Spectacle.
Right? So when they see it, so that's why the Spirit has us wearing these kind of things too. Right? Because it's a spectacle. When you just wear the t-shirt, what's the difference for him? Just wearing the teeth, but they got fringes on them. What does that mean? We're wearing the ancient garb. This is what makes us even more respectful.
It's a French word too, spectacle. It's when you do a spectacle, it's when you go see a show.
Yeah.
A spectacle.
Yeah. Exactly. That's it, man. Understand? So it's a theater for these people to see. And where do you do the theater? In the public.
Right.
You don't do a theater in your crib, all right? Unless you have a damn big ass mansion, all right? But you do a theater out in the public, man. Slock it, what, bro?
We are fools for Yahushua.
Even the stones, Slock, even the stone, they see they're like, yo, what's going on? These guys, they see the stones, they see the garments, right? What?
We are fools for Yahushua's sake, but ye are wise in Yahushua. We are weak, but ye are strong. Ye are honorable, but we are despised.
Right, because they're just sitting down at home. You know, that's Titus to the people that's sitting at home getting all this knowledge, and they got the fucking nerve to come on the comment board talking shit. The Lord's gonna destroy you niggas that speaking. You wicked scoffers that are on the comment board telling us how to do things. The Lord is gonna really have a special judgment for you. All right, the angels watch you. The angels scoping you out, man. Because how dare you, man? All right, you're not even doing the work. Oh, if thou judges. The same judgment you shall be judged, man. We talking about how we should do the work, and you ain't even doing the work, man. That's black culture for you, man. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 11, even unto this
That's why I
present,
told you we gotta leave from that mindset, man. Go ahead, bro.
even unto this present hour,
Yup.
we both hunger and thirst,
Yup.
and are naked and are buffeted,
Yup.
and have no certain dwelling place,
Right.
and labor, working with our own hands, being reviled, we bless,
Right.
being persecuted, we suffer.
And that's what we did, right? We try to help them. We try to help that man. You know what I mean? So you know the truth. Well, we were reviled, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's what's gonna happen out here.
That's
man.
right.
This is what we were set up to do, man.
That's
We're
right.
supposed to be fools for Yahushua's sake.
That's
but
right.
guess what? Those are the ones that are gonna get the glory in the end. Go ahead.
Being defamed,
Give me Micah
we
7.
entreat. Being defamed, we entreat.
Right.
We are made as the filth of the world.
And that's how these people look at us, man. They look at us as the filth of the earth, man. Especially the Israelites, especially the elected of the nation of Israel, the ones that are out doing the work. Right? You get those eyes of the filth. Okay? Just like Yahushua. When Yahushua was preaching, they looked at him as the filth of the earth, man. You think the Lord, he was hoarded as this great man by the majority of people? No, it was a small group of people, man. You know? Because the elect, the chosen of our people is a very small number. Okay? Go ahead.
And are the offscouring of all things unto this day.
Unto this day, right? Even
Right.
back then and just till now. Okay? Oh, get me Jerusalem down there. What you got, brother?
This is Galatians 6 and 9.
Yep.
And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap,
Right.
if we faint not.
See, that's called delayed gratification. And this is the greatest delayed gratification. Because we're going to get the best reward if we continue into the end, man. See, Jake doesn't understand that. Get me Revelations 2, please. All right, the 24th chapter. All right, because what are we doing? We're suffering now, right? But the glory, it's like suffering for one. Let's say you do a 1 day of work and digging ditches. It's hard work, right? You're sweating, you're digging ditches. But then at the end, you're like, damn, that was hard work. You might be sore all over. But then the guy says, I'm gonna give you $1 billion. Like, for what? You know what I mean? For digging these ditches for 1 day. This is what is going to be the comparison of what the elect is going to get in the kingdom. An eternal rulership with control of the elements, all right, for
Right.
eternity, man.
You
For
know.
eternity. See, people don't understand what the kingdom of heaven is about, man. They think you're just going to be floating up in the sky in a cloud and just sitting there and, you know, and then you got little baby angels. No, that's not the kingdom of heaven. That's a man-made dogma. You see what I'm saying? The kingdom of heaven is going to be on earth, man. Okay, the Lord is going to raise up a meek from the ground and put them on top of the rest of the nations. You got a precept real quick?
This is Romans chapter 8 and verse 18.
Yep.
For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time
Yep.
are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
Right, so what we're going through now, see, we're not out here for no reason. You understand what I'm saying? What we're going through now, this suffering, you know, people might be laughing, whatever the case may be. This is, it's not going to compare to what we're going to get. You understand? It's not going to compare. Go ahead, read that part again.
Yeah. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time
Yeah.
are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
That's it. Give me that where it says, before you ask for it, I shall give it to you. You have to understand that. You got to get that. You got to get Revelation 21 after that. But what do you have here? What did I ask for? Read out.
Revelation 2 and verse 26.
Yeah.
And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will
And he
I,
that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end. Go ahead.
to him will I give power over the nations.
Right.
And he shall rule them with the rod of iron.
Meaning we're going to be in rulership over all these other nations. That's what was given to Yahweh Shai, our Lord, right? Going back to Psalms, the 2nd chapter, all right? And he said he's going to give it to us. We're going to literally be joint heirs with the Lord if we continue into the end, man. Literally, we're going to be governing the earth with the Lord, side by side, man. Okay? The 144,000, man. All right? Of the elect in the nation of Israel, man. Go ahead.
And he shall rule them with the rod of iron,
Yep.
as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers,
Right.
even as I received of my father.
Right, because right now, our people are looked down upon around the whole earth, especially the kingdom of Judah. All right? The kingdom of Judah is looked down upon even amongst their own people, right? The northern kingdom, no matter who it is. Wherever you go, I'm going to tell you right now, wherever you go, there's a negative connotation on so-called black people. All right? And that goes back to the kingdom of Judah. All right? That's the head tribe, okay, of the nation of Israel. So what's going to happen is the Lord's going to actually flip the script and put Jake over all these other nations, man. Okay? What?
This is the book of Psalms 2 and 7. I will declare the decree. The Lord has said unto me, thou art my son. This day
And I got to say this too. It's not based upon how you look either, because we have Israelites that look different and that call themselves different names, man. That come from different countries, because Israel was scattered amongst all these other nations. So the Lord's going to gather the elect from all different nations. All right? There might have been a guy you might have connected with that might have been, you know, might look like another nation. You know, a so-called Arab, a so-called white guy, so-called whatever. But guess what? He's always connected to our people. Why? Because he might be one of our people. You understand? You have to look at it like that as well. Go ahead.
It says,
Slaki, go ahead.
this day have I begun thee. Verse 8, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance.
But nobody is, listen, the Lord is not dealing with any other nation but the nation of Israel, but the Israelites, the true Israelites. Not those people in the land right now, the true Israelites. Okay? Go ahead.
Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance.
That's right.
And the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession.
That's it.
Thou shalt break them with the rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel.
Yep, that's it. You're going to dash it right. That's, keep going, keep going.
It says, be wise now, therefore, O ye kings, be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling.
See, we're going to be judges of the earth. The Lord said he's going to make our people a nation of kings and priests. So what are we going to do? We're going to be showing these other nations. We're going to be ruling over these other nations. But we're also going to be showing them how to live righteously according to the Heavenly Father, man. All right? See, are they doing that right now in the land of Israel? They run the earth. They run everything. They run the diamond district. They run the TV, the entertainment. What do you see they're pushing? Homosexuality. They're pushing wickedness, man, on the earth, man. They ain't pushing righteousness. You see what I'm saying to you? So that's not the people. All right? Give me Isaiah the 2nd chapter, man. You got something else? You got the other one I asked for? Dealing with before you asked for it?
Yeah. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 65, and verse 24. And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer.
See, this is what's going to happen in the kingdom of heaven. Before they call, I will answer, man. Before they call, meaning what? Before we don't even have to send up a prayer, man. Everything that we're thinking in the back of our mind is going to come to us. Everything in our subconscious that we want is going to come to us, man. Your favorite food, you haven't even tasted your favorite food yet. You know when you're going to taste that? In the kingdom of heaven, man. You're going to taste what your favorite food really is. What your favorite color really is. All right? Because we're going to see color different. There's going to be so much things. Because when Paul went to the third, he said he went to the third heaven. He said that things that I could not utter, that were not lawful to utter, right? You understand what I'm saying? The best woman. Matter of fact, we're going to, guess what? You're not just going to have one wife like in this place, man. You got to have one, you can't cheat on her. Guess what? There's no such thing as a man cheating in the Bible. All right? We're going to have multiple wives, man. It's going to be a kingdom. All right? And they're all going to be fine, and they're all going to be virgins, man. They ain't going to be polluted. She's coming to you, she didn't have 50 men before you. All right? That's pollution, man. Okay? You got something else?
I'm going to read on. Isaiah 65 and 24. And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer. And while they are yet speaking, I will hear.
Right? You might ask, you might be ready to ask for something. I said the Lord will make it manifest in front of you, man. Give me that where the children shall play with the serpent. Go ahead, man.
This is Isaiah 64 and verse 4. For since the beginning of the world, men hath not heard, nor perceived by the ear, neither hath the eye seen, O Most High, beside thee, what he hath prepared for him that waiteth for him.
So the ones that's waiting for him, that's doing the will, that's waiting for him, he said that the eyes have not seen, the ears have not heard, they haven't even conceived it in a dream what's getting ready to happen, man. No man on the earth. All right? So that's showing you how far out the reward of, first of all, the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay? That's how showing you how important it is to be of the elect. Because the elect is going to be able to taste that. It's going to transition from this world. And once he destroys this kingdom, he's coming back to destroy this kingdom. They're going to be delivered. And he's going to take them directly into building, having the heathen build up the kingdom.
That's right. Check it out.
This is Isaiah 60 and 21. Thy people also shall be all righteous.
That's right.
They shall inherit the land forever.
See this black culture? That's going to be done away with. That sagging of pants, that gangster rap, that's all going to be done away with. Okay? We're going to be a righteous people. We're going to go back to righteousness, man. Right now, our people, like, you looking at Jake, they're looking at you like they want to kill you. They don't even know you. You understand what I'm saying? You look at, so you got to look at them. You got to keep looking. If you don't look, if you look away, you're a pussy. That's black culture right here, man. First of all, it starts with us calling ourselves black. We're not black. I'm looking at you, brother. You're not black. You're brown. You're a dark brown, man. It's like me. I'm a dark brown. This brother's a brown. This brother's a medium brown. All right? You see what I'm saying? That's who we are, man. When you look at the word black, what does it mean? It means, matter of fact, let's go back to the basics. Look at the word black, okay? In the Webster, Merriam-Webster. Salakia, that's it on it? Still more? Go ahead.
Thy people also shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever. The branch of my planting, the work of my hands.
What land? The land of Israel. You got Jacob, we're going to go back to Africa. That's not our land. Our land is the land of Israel, the best land in the world. The Fertile Crescent. That's what the Lord gave to us, man. All right? Right by the River Jordan. You ever heard about Swing Low, Sweet Chariot? That was a slave song. Coming forth to carry me home, because our people, guess what? In slavery, we have people that knew that they were Israelites. The Lord revealed it to them. Okay? Go ahead.
That I may be glorified.
Yeah.
A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation.
Right.
I, the Lord, will hasten it in
You
his time.
by yourself will have thousands of kids, man. You by yourself have thousands of children. All right? But who knows how much wives, man? You see what I'm saying? To a different rate, different flavors. You know Jake likes different flavors. You know our people like different flavors. You see what I'm saying? And they're all gonna be right. They're all gonna love you only. They ain't gonna have no. They ain't even gonna be thinking about another man. I mean, you can let them go to a party. You can let them go to a feast. See, now you gotta watch it. Now you gotta stay your ass home, man. But now in the kingdom, you're gonna be able to let them go to a feast, man. And you know for a fact, ain't nothing gonna happen. All right, nothing even gonna come in no one's mind, even amongst the men. All right, because we're all gonna be righteous. You see that? You got the wolf. Okay, hold on. There's a little bit more on that. No, that's it. Okay, go ahead.
It's Isaiah chapter 11 and verse 6.
Yeah.
The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb,
Yeah.
and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lion and the fatling together.
And this is dealing with in our land, in the land of Israel. Okay, this is what's going to happen. Meaning what? It's going to be nothing but peace, even amongst the animals. Go ahead.
And a little child shall lead them.
And a little child. What little child is going to lead a lion and a wolf and all that? Our children. Because guess what? Our children are going to have spiritual power, man. We're going to have spiritual power, brother. Give me that where it says they shall leap as eagles. We're going to be able to fly. We're going to be able to run like the Flash. You see, people don't understand what's getting ready to come. See, only the elect is going to get this, man. Only the elect is going to get this and hold on to this. Because we're giving them the secrets. We're giving them all this great knowledge. But guess what? How much people you see? You see a big crowd out here? Ain't no big crowd. Ain't no big crowd, because this is how the Lord wants it. The Lord has only chosen a certain special people. And he has to open your mind to get it to begin with. There has to be an angel to say, okay, yeah, you're going to vibe with this. There had to be an angel. Because guess what? There's angels all around us right now.
Verse 7, and the cow and the bear shall feed, Their young ones shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox, and the suckling child shall play on the hole of the asp.
Right. Well, an asp is a poisonous snake. So the baby, the suckling child, the little 1-year-old baby, will be playing on that poison with a poisonous snake. Go ahead.
And the weaned child shall put his hand on the cockatrice's den.
That's another poisonous snake. Go ahead.
They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain.
In all my holy mountain, meaning what? All of Israel, man. Okay, so our land is going to be so blessed that when the animal, as soon as they cross that line, brother, the lion's going to be eating straw. He ain't touching no animals, man. Everything's pure peace, man. It's just going to be, it's going to have a glow, it's going to have a vibration over it. Nobody's going to be going, oh, yeah, you know, you have those days you might feel low. That's not going to happen in the kingdom. Get me that? One of these 1,000 days here. It's like, brother. Matter of fact, you can delegate it to one of those brothers and
For the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, as the waters cover the sea. This is
because all of
Isaiah.
our people are going to have that wisdom and knowledge. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 31. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength.
That's right. Keep going.
They shall mount up with wings as eagles.
Well, how does eagles mount up? Eagles fly, don't they? That's what the elect is going to be able to do, man. They're going to mount up as eagles, man. Go ahead.
They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary.
They shall run and not get tired. Okay? I guarantee you run from here to over there. If you're not a trained athlete, you're going to get tired, man. But guess what? We're going to run and not be tired, man. We're going to be able to run like Flash. You understand what I'm saying? Flash, super strength. Okay? Pick up a damn boulder, man. Pick up a building. All right? We're going to have that power, man. Because guess what? There's certain of our forefathers that had that power. King David said he leaped over a wall, man. In history, man, he leaped over a wall, man. Okay? And he killed tens of thousands of people, man. How can you run through tens of thousands of people, man? You got the Lord was with him, man. The Lord was with him. Oh, there's even a... Go ahead, brother. Oh, hold up, brother. Let him finish it. I'm going to get these brothers too, man. These brothers been waiting. Go ahead.
They shall run and not be weary.
Yep.
They shall walk and not faint.
That's right. So, Mels, bring it on out. Bring it on out.
This is Psalm chapter 18 and verse 28.
Yes, sir.
For thou wilt light my candle. The Lord my power will enlighten my darkness. For by thee I have run through a troop. And by my power...
What's a troop? A troop is an army. By thee I have ran through an army. That's what King David said. All right? By thee I have ran through an army. Go ahead.
And by my God have I leaped over a wall.
He leaped over, and it wasn't no fence. All right? This was an actual wall, like a real wall, like the size of, maybe almost the size of this building, man. All right? You know what I'm saying? Like a real wall, man. You know, like how you have those ancient Japanese movies and they're running, not wall, Chinese movies, they're running on the walls? That's what our people were doing, man. Go ahead.
It is the Most High that girdeth.
King David was doing that specifically. Go ahead.
Verse 32. It is the Most High that girdeth me with strength, and maketh my way perfect. He maketh my feet like hinds feet, and setteth me upon my high places.
That's it. That's it, man. Wow. Go ahead, bro. Bring it on out.
John 14 and 2. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you.
That's speaking about outer space. Okay? The Heavenly Father dwells in what you call outer space between the heavens. All right? So many mansions means there's many planets. The Lord said He's preparing places for us right now. All right? Because there's constantly things being created. All right? So even when it comes to that, you got something to look forward to, man. What you got, bro?
Hey, I got Isaiah 14 verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captive, whose captive they were.
Right, so we were captive under these other nations. The last captive we were under was these Edomites. Right, so it says we shall take them captives, whose captives they were. Right? So meaning what? We're going to put them in slavery. What's another word for captive? Slavery. Go ahead.
And they shall rule over the oppressors.
And we're going to rule over our oppressors, man. Point blank period, man. All right? That's what the Bible says. That's the prophecy. Okay? And that's all these prophecies are going to come to pass. And they've been coming to pass. And it's not going to stop coming to pass. All right? What? Oh, Salakia.
This is Matthew 17.
All right, show them up, brother. Give this brother a paper.
This is
All right.
Matthew 17, and verse 20. And Yahweh said unto them,
Yup.
because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if ye have faith of a grain of a mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and
right.
it shall remove,
right.
and nothing shall be impossible unto you.
We get out.
That's it. All right? Because at the end of the day, our faith is going to be heightened on another level in the kingdom too. All right? Because we're going to know that the Most High is amongst us. You see what I'm saying? We're going to know that. All right? So what's there to fear, man? All right? Plus, you're going to have to do body, right? You see what I'm saying?
This is Wisdom of Solomon 3 and verse 7. And in the time of their visitation, they shall shine. They shall run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall
You
reign.
brothers know you're Israelites? You ever heard that before? You ever heard you're Israelites? Where's your father from? So you're Benjamin. Where's your father from? Where's his father from? He's an Israelite too. All right? You guys ain't listening to the word, man. Go ahead, man.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 2 and verse 7.
I can see you was a Latin shirt. What?
Wisdom of Solomon 3 and verse 7. And in the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble.
So how fast the sparks move? You know what I'm saying? So that's how we're gonna be moving, man. All right? But we're not gonna have to get our hands dirty. We just have this spiritual power called Satan. Yo, Satan. Tell me how that you for a minute, man. No bueno. No? Let's holler at Satan for a minute, man. Before they know they got all kind of boils on them. Oh shit. You know, they can't even stand, they gotta sit. You might just send somebody to pull up. You repentant? Not yet? Oh, okay. Bring some extreme cold in the winter. Yeah, so I mean in the summer, not even in the summer. See? So, hey. Huh? Right. Oh, yeah. What?
Verse 8. Verse 8. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever.
The Lord shall reign forever, man. You understand what I'm saying? So that's it, man. So, Jake, we have a lot to look forward to, man. We have a lot to look forward to, man. But the Lord is only dealing with the elect. Only dealing with the ones that are getting ready to come into this truth, man. You know? See, there's a lot of people that's coming up talking about they want to, save all black people and Latinos. And that's not going to save all of our people. All you got to save is the elect, the chosen of our people. That's who the Lord is dealing with. Give me that small sanctuary. You know? It's not supposed to look all grand here. I got you. It's not supposed to look all grand here, this big thing right now. You know, you're going to have all these people coming looking with all hell breaks loose. You know? Even before then, there might be a wave of people coming in. You know, but right after that, right, if there's a wave coming soon, I'm sure that right after that, it's probably going to be most likely all hell's going to get ready to break through the next, right around the corner, so to speak. Okay? Because the Lord is looking for for people to seek Him early.
It's Ezekiel Chapter 11 and verse 16. Therefore say, thus saith the Lord power, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary.
Right, a little sanctuary. Meaning what? It's not going to be this big crowd, coming around, trying to get the truth. It's only going to be a small sanctuary. Go ahead.
In the countries where they shall come.
Right. That's it. It's going to be throughout all these different countries. Oh, you dipped out. You dipped out. Go ahead. That's it.
Psalms 84 and 10. For a day in thy court is better than 1,000. I had rather be a donkey.
Hold on. We're not on that. What did you just read? Small sanctuary. Small sanctuary. There's some on that. All right, give me other. You guys not left the small number.
Isaiah 1, verse 9. Except the Lord of hosts hath left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah.
Right, the Lord has to leave that small remnant. That small remnant is the elect. All right? No one else has the spirit, man. No one else has the spirit, man. And even amongst the elect, people, there's constantly brothers getting rebuked, getting put in order, and things like that, and things they got to purge out, man. So how much more these cats that live in the world, man? See? They didn't even start their journey of taking out the letter. So you got to avoid these people, man. You know, you can't have the, you know, you can't, you know, you deal with the mammon, you deal with the mammon for the purpose of mammon. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? You deal with the mammon for the purpose of mammon. You don't deal with them on no level like you're trying to be on the same zone. Equal, give me that, equally yoked. What you got, bro?
This is Romans 11 and verse 4. But what said the answer of Yahweh unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee unto the image of Baal. Even so then, at this present time also, there is a remnant according to the election of grace.
There's a remnant according to the election of grace, man. See, and everyone is not, oh, give me that. All right, everyone is not meet for grace. Everyone is not meet for repentance, right? See, even John the Baptist said that, man. They act like this thing, this scripture is all inclusive. No, the Lord wasn't all inclusive, neither was John the Baptist. Matter of fact, holy Matthew. Okay, that's it on that. Lord, bro, bring it out.
This is Matthew chapter 3 and verse 7. Verse 6. And were baptized of him in Jordan, confessing their sins. But when he saw many of the Pharisees and Sadducees come to his baptism, he said unto them, O generation of vipers, who hath warned you to flee from the wrath to come?
Bro, who have warned you to flee from the wrath to come, man? You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Bring forth therefore fruits meet for repentance.
Bring fruits meet for repentance. That means everyone is not meet for repentance. Just because they're Israelites, or just because they, you know, they're so-called preaching, that don't even mean that they're There's certain spirits that are trying to learn part of the truth to deceive others. Okay? That's when you deal with, you know, IUIC and ISUPK. Those people are deceived, man. Right? Because they don't have the 100%. You know, and if they continue in that way, most of them are going to end up taking the R5 to the D, man. See him. Okay? Because their leaders aren't giving them the direct order, the direct mindset to have for that, man. You see what I'm saying?
Verse 9, and think not to say within yourselves, we have Abraham to our father.
Yep.
For I say unto you that Yahweh is able of these stones to raise up children unto Abraham.
Right? He's able to raise up these stones children. Right. See? So Jake, just because you're an Israelite doesn't mean you're going to be delivered. All right? You have to be an elect as well. Israel of the Most High. Right? Okay? What you got? Go bring it out.
Isaiah 66 and 4. I will also choose their delusions. I will bring their fears upon them, because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear, but they did evil before mine eyes, and chose that in which I delight not.
Right, they chose not that which they chose what I delighted not. You see what I'm saying? What is the delight? He delights in righteousness, right? You see what I'm saying? Jake is not trying to do that because that's going to change their lifestyle. They're not trying to change their lifestyle. They're trying to remain the same. And even when Jake comes in their truth, a lot of Jakes, especially these other cats, some of them they don't want to change from that worldly mindset. They come into the truth, they think it's just going to be an Israelite party. You know, they leave from the worldly party, now it's an Israelite party. They didn't change their mindset. They didn't enter into the house of the okay? Matthew 13.
Matthew 13 and 10.
Right?
And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom, But to them it is not given.
Right, it's not given to everybody. Right? All right, it's given to the elect. And we're going to find out who the elect is ultimately at the end. No, that's when because what it says, he that endureth until the end, saved shall be saved. Like I said, you're going to have a lot of people that's going to surprise you. No, that's the hidden Judas Iscariot. You know what I'm saying? That's feigning themselves just men. Oh, just like that. No, get me Jude, man. All right? Get me Jude as well. All right? Because this thing is not about acting, man. This thing is about being sincere, man. Okay? That's okay.
Proverbs 24:10. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small.
There's a lot of people that are going to faint because they don't have the spirit. You know? All right?
Jude, verse 4, for there are certain men crept in unawares, who were before of old ordained to this condemnation. Ungodly men, turning the grace of our power.
Right, because they never really understood what this thing was about. You know? There's a lot of people that came into the truth and they didn't understand what this truth was really about. You know, and you find out, you know, later on with certain situations that they were never really in the spirit. You know, their mindset was always off. But guess what? Brothers suffered it, brothers let it go on just because letting Yahweh Shai work. Knowing that there might be room for grace, there might be room that he might turn back. But that's all up to Yahweh Shai, right? And then some of them just continue on in that dark path, and then they just completely go left. See? And all of a sudden the apostles ain't right. All of a sudden the brotherhood ain't right. But they're right. They're the ones. They're going to raise up the house of David now. But then you look at their pilot board, it's all manner of different doctrines. All manner, all type of bug outs, man.
For there are certain men crept in unawares, who were of old ordained to this condemnation.
See, you got to learn what this truth is really about. You got to learn what it's all about. It's not about your ego. It's not about how you feel about things. What is Yahweh Shai really? The sacrifice of the Most High is what? A broken spirit and a contrite heart. Man. You got to come lowly, man. You can't come with no ego, man. And if you do, and if you are of the elect, the Lord is going to purge that out of you, man. He's going to purge that right out of you. And you're not going to like the way he purges it out. I guarantee you ain't going to like it. You understand? What?
It says, ungodly men turning the grace of our power into lasciviousness and denying the only true Lord, Yahweh, and our Lord, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach.
That's it. That's it. That's it. Right. That's it. It's a lasciviousness. Lust. That's unbridled lust. What you got, man?
2 Corinthians chapter 6 and 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? What communion hath light with darkness? What concord has Mashayah with Belial? What part hath he that believeth with an infidel?
That's it. Well, you know what? You have infidels amongst us. Okay? I'm talking about amongst the camps. In general, right? Great Millstone included. All right? And there's infidels. There's ones that don't really believe fully. You know? And they got they kind of believe, but then, you know, just in case. That's not belief. That's not belief. You don't really believe. Okay?
And what agreement hath the temple of the Most High with idols? For ye are the temple of the living power, as the Most High has said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their power, and they shall be my people.
Okay, that's it on that. Salaki, hold on. What that? Right, bring it on.
This is Mark chapter 4 and verse 22. For there is nothing hid which shall not be manifested.
Right, so no matter what, if a dude is wicked, a dude heart ain't right, it's going to be manifested eventually. You just got to wait on the spirit to manifest it, man. Go ahead.
Neither was anything kept secret, but it should come abroad.
That's it. It's all gonna come out, man. Even these other camps, the hypocrisy, or Daniel of IUIC, the bishop, you know, the hypocrisy of all these different people is getting ready to come out, man. You know, you can't hide these things from the Lord. The Lord sees these things, man. And He's gonna expose it, man. And when He exposes it, He's gonna knock you right off of your high horse, man.
That's right.
It's gonna be terrible, man. And trust me, it's better to just humble yourself, and then you take that low, and might feel a little embarrassment for a time, than the Lord to do it, because then you're gonna feel a terrible embarrassment, man. Right? Salaki?
It says, he that created knowledge shall not he know.
Yep.
So you're hiding these things from the glory. Created everything.
It's gonna be revealed anyway. Go ahead.
Ephesians 4:17. This I say therefore, and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind, having the understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of Yahweh through the ignorance that is in them, because of the blindness of their heart, who being past feeling, have given themselves over unto lasciviousness, to the works of all uncleanness with greediness. But ye have not so learned Hamashiach.
Go ahead, and you got people with mindsets, even in the camps, like I said, man. Go ahead.
Matthew 7:22. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have I not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name I have cast out devils?
Right, there's a thing of building with untempered mortar. Right? So a lot of these people are building with untempered mortar. Right? So you're saying, I've been doing this, I've been doing that, but you weren't doing it the way that the Lord told you to do.
That's right.
You weren't coming in, give me that, you coming down the door. Right? And matter of fact, give me the untempered mortar as well. Give me the untempered mortar as well. What?
And in thy name done many wonderful works, and then will I profess unto them, I never knew you.
There's going to be a lot of people that's going to be surprised in that day. You know? Oh, shit. Oh,
damn.
You know? And it might be even before that. You know? You might think, strip cell and leave with the keys. You know? A wolf is there. Brother Eddie knows it's going to be funny. You know? I'm not even trying to be, but it's a fact. You know? The wolf is there, he's growling, he's like, nah, I'm in league with the beast. And the beast jumps on you and devours you. And then the rest of the pack pops out. Didn't I prophesy your name? No, but you were doing it based upon your own will. You weren't doing it based upon faith 8. Go ahead, bro.
Depart from me, ye that works iniquity.
Right. Why call you me Lord, Lord, and do not that what I say? You know? Right? All this extra. Well, why are you not building like the Lord said? Why are you not preaching the 100% truth?
That's right.
All right? Because it says that the elect shall be found without guile in them.
That's right.
Guile is what? Deceit. So if you have deceit, that means you have guile in your mouth. Right? Salaki, hold on. You have something? Bring it up. How you doing, bro? That's right. You're native?
That's right.
Yeah, okay, you're one of us. Go ahead.
Matthew 20, verse 16. So the last shall be first, and the first be last. For many called, but few chosen.
Many called, but few are chosen, man. Many called, but few are chosen. You see what I'm saying? So there's many people that came into this truth. Many people that spoke the words. And, the seed was planted. But they all grew in different places, man. Stony places, on the wayside. You know what I'm trying to say? And everything is going to be manifest of what manner of seed was in each person, right? Okay?
This is 1 Corinthians 11, and verse 27. Wherefore, whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of the Lord unworthily shall be guilty of the body and the blood of our Lord.
Yeah, that's the thing with the Passover. You better be coming in a pure conscience, man. All right. Matter of fact, you're gonna read a little bit more. When you read, hold on, not yet though. All right. When you come to the Passover, you better eat that in a pure conscience, man, knowing you're doing the right thing. All right. Knowing you're not having no grudge against the brother. None of those things. You gotta make sure you come in the right spirit. Okay. Because you eating that thing and you're not checking yourself, you're not examining yourself. That's a curse to you. You have to understand that. Keep going.
Verse 28.
But let a man examine himself, and so let him eat of that bread and drink of that cup. For he that eateth and drinketh unworthily eateth and drinketh damnation to himself, not discerning the Lord's body.
Right, exactly. He eateth and drinketh what? Damnation unto himself. Matter of fact, if you can read maybe 1 Corinthians 11, all right, it says the same thing, and then read a little bit more, it says something else. All right? Let's try to find that. 1 Corinthians 11. Let's just read it. Let's read it.
Verse 30, it says, For this cause many are weak.
Beautiful, that's what I want. For this cause what?
For this cause many are weak and sickly among you.
Right, because the Lord will put a sickness on you. You understand? And that don't, or something like that. Like I said, we all get judged. You understand what I'm saying? We all get judged. Okay? You know? It said, I will bear the indignation of the Lord that I've sinned against him. We've all sinned against Yahweh Shemel. You know, but you got to make sure when you're eating that Passover, man, you're coming in the right spirit. You know, you're coming in the right spirit, man. Examine yourself. Go ahead.
And many sleep.
Make you sleep. Okay? The Lord understands we're the flesh, but at the end of the day, you got to make it right. You got something ready for that?
This is the book of St. John, chapter 10 and 1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door
Right.
into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same as a thief.
There's a lot of niggas trying to do some remixes. A lot of people trying to do some remixes of the church. Do it their own way. That's why you got all the alphabet camps. Because they want to do their own way. Right? And then you got other people in the different what you call it, these different cities, right? That they might believe in the truth, they might watch great know something. And then the brothers are telling to report to a particular camp in that region, because that camp is known, well known, and they have to report. You know, there's certain dudes say, nah, I don't got to report to such and such. Well, guess what? They're coming up their own way. Because they're not in order. They want to be in order. They want to do things their own way. They want to remix the truth. I'm going to put my spin on the truth. Go ahead, read that again.
Right, this is St. John 10 and 1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same as a thief and a robber.
Right, he's climbing up some other way. And they don't realize that. That's why I said a lot of people are going to be surprised when the Lord pops up. You know what I'm trying to say? Because for you to be in that spirit, you want to have great most on your name, but then you don't want to have order dealing with great most. That shows what kind of spirit you're in. It's pride, it's ego, it's a lot of things. It's disorder, it's despising government. It already shows you're not in the right spirit. The fact that you can't take orders, man.
Despise brotherhood.
Say it again, brother.
Despise brotherhood.
Yeah, well, right. Despise, well, it's not even necessarily to despise government. That's the whole point. You know, they don't like the hierarchy and all this kind of stuff. Because they want to be able to do their own thing. You know, that's why when they do their own thing, they mess up the building. Untempered water. Oh, yeah, right. You got that? Matter of fact, read it all now.
This is Ezekiel Chapter 13 and verse 10. Because they have seduced my people, saying peace, and there was no peace. And one built up a wall, and lo, others dapped it with untempered mortar. Say unto them which dapped it with untempered mortar, it shall fall.
It shall fall, man. Because they're not building the right way. It's going to fall. All right? The Lord gave instructions on how to deal with things. He said, how shall I know if some man shall guide me? Right? But no, they want to do it their own way. Now, I don't need no one to guide me. I'm watching the videos. Okay, we'll see. If the Lord wanted you to be in that position, you would have done it, didn't get that. And also, you would have been the only one in your region. You know what I mean? Pretty much. Okay? Not to say brothers can't do their own, if they go and preach by themselves, it might be, let's say the camp is a little bit apart, they go preach. But guess what? First of all, number one, you got to be on a level, number one. And then secondly, you got to be, you got to still check in. There's still a ranking factor. All right? Go ahead, bro.
There shall be an overflowing shower, and ye, O great hailstones, shall fall, and the stormy wind shall rend it,
right? When things start to get shaky, they're gonna tumble, man.
Okay,
Go
so
ahead. Go ahead. That's it? Okay, good, perfect. What you got, bro? Yeah.
Leviticus 10 and 1. And Nadab and Abihu, the sons of Aaron, took either of them his censer and put fire therein.
Beautiful. See, beautiful, brother. Good precept. Good choice. Read that up. Read it again.
Leviticus 10 and 1. And Nadab,
Read that nice and loud so the camera can pick that up.
and Nadab and Abihu, the sons of Aaron, took either of them his censer
Yeah.
and put fire therein, and put incense thereon, and offered strange fire before the Lord,
Yeah.
which he commanded them not.
He didn't command him to do that. Oh, I'm offering this to the king. Right? What he said he didn't command him to do that, man. Who asked you to do that? Well, even if this is such a feast that I have chosen, let me ask you. You got to do things the way the Lord told you to do, the order that's set out. And he set up men that he speaks to certain men to put out certain. Brother, there's even an instance that I can remember. That I remember the apostle put out a particular order that I didn't really listen to the order. And it wasn't an order, no. This was before I came into the camp. Let me put that out, okay? And it was something that the apostle said. And it wasn't even an order. It was more like an advice. And I didn't listen to that particular advice. And I did that thing, and it turned into a bad situation. I said, yo, that's my fault. So I felt so bad, man. All right? She said, rocking down my shit out shy. You know what? I felt so terrible. Because I already know why that was happening, man. Just like everyone, you know, but no, that's man. You can't be man. That's why when the Lord comes, he's gonna tell them to get out of here, man. See what I'm saying? But guess what? The Spirit of the Lord is dealing with those men. You understand what I'm saying? And even there was an account the apostle was speaking about, and I didn't even know about this account, of a brother in this down south, all right? That there was an order to say don't go to this particular bar because it's a nigga bar, right? What happened? That brother, and he was a brother, he didn't do no, he had a good report amongst the camp. He went, he said, he didn't listen to the order, guess what, he got put to death. He's in the spirit world, brother's in the spirit world. That don't mean that he's not necessarily going to be elected, all right? I don't know, okay? But I'm saying that at the end of the day, that foolish movement got him put to death because he wouldn't want to listen to the camp head's order. That's why it's important brothers need to be listening to camp head's videos. And I got that from one of the elders told me. All right? I'm not saying that, oh, watch and listen to my video. That has nothing to do with me. It's just sometimes I might be saying things in the spirit that might be directed for you. But I ain't calling your name. You know what I'm trying to say? You understand? So it's good to check in every time. You know?
Yeah.
Just like it's important to listen to your positive elders. First and foremost. You know?
Good girl.
But that's the point, all right? Okay, go ahead.
And there went out a fire from the Lord and devoured them, and they died before the Lord.
Right. They were looking up, they seen a prayer. What's that? You know? They thought maybe it was a chariot to deliver them directly. It got closer. You know, it's not happening. That looks like a ball though, Ak. You understand what I'm saying? A ball of fire, Ak. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead. The demon in the left. The demon in the comes every now and then. Go ahead, what you got? This is from
Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 6. Is not this the fast that I have chosen? Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 6. Is not this the fast that I have chosen? To loose the bands of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, and to let the oppressed go free, and that ye break every yoke.
Did you read that right?
This is the book of Isaiah 58 and verse 5. Is this such a fast that I have chosen?
Is this such a fast that I have chosen? Because they were doing particular fast, right? That the Lord didn't tell them to do. You know, which is not wicked to fast, but they were acting as if, you know, they weren't doing the law that the Lord told them to do, but they were doing these different fasts, these different things, when they asked them to do. Okay? We had the Day of Atonement. We had some particular fast that was for particular days. Alright? Go ahead.
Isaiah 58 and verse 3. Wherefore have we fasted, say day, and thou seest not? Wherefore have we afflicted our soul, and thou takest exact all your labors. Behold, they fast for strife and debate, to smite with the fist of wickedness.
And it wasn't even sincere. You see what I'm saying to you? It wasn't even sincere either. You see what I'm saying? So that's what the Lord is saying. Right? So and the whole point is this: you can't do things your own way. You can't come to this truth and say, nah, I got it. You know, I got all the wisdom. And not basically, before the certain dudes come in the truth, I had 95% of the truth. The apostles and elders and brothers just gave me the other 5. Now I can go out and do my own thing. No, wisdom comes with time. And the Lord made it that way for a reason. And a lot of things the Lord does is to hide pride from men. Imagine you just came to the truth and a particular group that just downloaded the truth to his mind, and he has everything that's right. Now he knows everything. You know? What would happen? He'd be prideful. Why do you think it's the apostle? I know about that scripture. I know about that too. I know about this. I know that. Con. I already know. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It says,
and that shows humility. When a man could subject himself to another man, that shows humility. You understand? Spiritually, subject himself and spiritually bow down to another, and not in the sense of conflict, but in the sense of just, yielding. You understand what I'm saying? The sense of yielding. That's what I mean. Okay? That shows humility. You see? And we all had to do that. Even the elder apostle Tahar, he was doing that, going back to the guys those other elders before him. You see what I'm saying? So it's a thing of order. And I always respect older men that come into this truth, especially when they got older men with full gray hairs, man. And then the camp leaders of young men and all the brothers older as young men, like that brother from she's probably like an elder, at this point.
Boston?
Yeah. I respect it. I can see he has a beautiful spirit. I see he has a beautiful spirit. It's up in age, you know what I'm saying? But for him to see, and he had to be a special person anyway. Like that man that was going to see how it's not before he died. No, he had to be a special man because for you to really just guide yourself before the man is like, no, it's like people in the world are not willing to do it.
This is Ezekiel Chapter 6, verse 32.
And Yahushua wasn't 85 years old. Yahushua was 33. You know what I'm saying? He was around my age. He wasn't no older. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's a lot to go ahead.
Ezekiel Chapter 6, and verse 32. My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. And if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent. If thou lovest to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. And if thou bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise.
If thou bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise, man. But you have to bow your ear. You gotta know the Lord will increase you. Go ahead.
Stand in the multitude of the elders, and cleave unto him that is wise. Be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee.
And I cleave unto my elders, man. I'm always calling certain elders, man. Every now and then, I'm always calling certain elders, man. All right? Giving them love. Shalom, bother them. Shalom. You know? What's going on, big bro? What's going on, Zaquanian? You know? You understand what I'm saying? Because what I'm trying to, and I'm listening, man. You know? Not to say it's just one-sided, he's the only one talking. Sometimes it's kind of like that, but depending on who you're talking to, you know what I mean? Depending on the spirit of that particular elder. Some elders don't speak much. Some brothers don't speak much. But then there's some brothers and elders that are talkative when they're with brothers. You understand? So you got to kind of balance and know where you're at, right? What?
Verse 36. And if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot learn the steps.
Ask him what's his nationality, man. What's your nationality, brother?
Uruguay.
Uruguay, you're an Israelite. You're one of us, man. You're one of us. Israelite. That's it. Go ahead, bring it out.
And if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door.
Right, meaning what? You always try to gather that wisdom and knowledge, man. You're not in the spirit like I know that. I know that. You know, before a brother finishes said, Khan, I know. You know, but you know that's a guy who knows everything. You can't teach that guy. You don't need a teacher. You just need, he just needs a garment, and a scripture, and you put him anywhere in the earth. He's gonna build a camp. That's still really good. That's still right. Right. Bring the children to the Father. Go ahead, what you got, bro?
1 Peter 5:5. Likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elders. Yeah, all of you be subject one to another, and be clothed with humility.
Does that mean you see an old Jake pull up, he got gray hairs, and you were preaching, and we subject ourselves to that old Jake because he got gray hairs, but he don't know anything. He's a Buddhist. He's a Rastaman. Subject myself, he got gray hairs. No. We're speaking about in the spirit. Okay, in the spirit. Go ahead.
For Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua resisted the proud.
Oh, yes, Rasta. Rasta, I know he's seen us preach. I've seen him pass here a couple times, but he works at the restaurant there that we go to sometimes. Well, actually, I go to. He does only go there, but I seen him in there. He goes, could be a look like, I remember he had this one brethren that came and he's talking, he's trying to make that Rasta thing seem cool, I was on the plug out, I was walking out, I know Rasta. Because in the world, that shit was cool,
Yeah.
That shit was, it's the shit to be, you know what I mean? Like, it was like a cool thing, Yeah, you have one foot this way, the other foot this way. Yeah, right. Yes, man, I know Rasta. Like they're deep. If you didn't know any better, you think they're so deep, brother. Like they see the transfiguration. Brother, you don't think they're so deep, brother. I mean, I just out there, just meditate with them. Put on meds, my lad, and just I the big thing. It's like, I wear Babylon clothes. I'm saying, no, the capable to sit up, I wear Babylon clothes, ancient garments. I think this guy is like the most deep guy. But then you ask them about their doctrine. Selassie are the most high one. How can this guy be the most high?
Job 32 and verse 9. Great men are not always wise, neither do the aged understand judgment.
That's it. And great men are not always wise, so you might see certain things from men that are over you or whatever the case may be, or brothers that are establishing the truth, elders, even apostles or whatever the case may be, that might do things that might be, oh shoot, But guess what? They're men, brother. They're men. You see what I'm saying? That don't mean they're not the wisest men on earth thus far. You understand what I'm trying to say? Just meaning that, we all have that, some type of folly in us, man. What, brother?
Matthew 9:17.
I see.
Neither do men put new wine into old bottles, else the bottle break, and the wine runneth out, and the bottle perish.
Yeah.
But they put new wine into the new bottle, and both are preserved.
Right, and they put new wine into what?
The new bottle.
Into the new bottle, man. Because a lot of these older jakes, they can't get it. Right. That's why you should find yourself blessed if you're an older brother and you get this, man. Right? And you should be very appreciative of that. A lot of y'all should be out. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, man, there's a lot of dudes, imagine dudes in your generation, they're stuck in their ways, man. Right?
They're through.
They're through. They're stuck in their ways completely, man. The same shit they were doing back in, that time, they're still looking at that same stuff, smoking weed, feeding their boys. Go try to get some women, chasing women. That's all they're about. All right? They never grew up. You know what I'm saying? What's up?
Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
Joking people. I'm playing. You know, they're always action. Boy, what you got, bro?
Wisdom of Solomon 4:8. For honorable age is not that which standeth in length of time, nor that is measured by number of years. But wisdom is the gray hair unto a man, and an unspottable life is old age.
Woo! Read that again.
Wisdom of Solomon 4:8. For honorable age is not that which standeth.
Listen, there's a reward for this, brothers. You're not standing out here for no reason. Now, coming into the winter, the winter's a good sifting agent for up here in Canada. All right? Makes my job a little bit easier. Okay? Because guess what? The brothers that go through the winter, you already know what it is. You know?
Wisdom of Solomon 4:8. For honorable age is not that which standeth in length of time, nor that which is measured by number of years. But wisdom is the gray. But wisdom is the gray hair unto man, and an unspotted life is old age.
Right, an unspotted life is old age. Woo! You see what I'm saying? So it's not about the life, right? I look at the elder, the Romeo in Toronto. I look at him as an older man. Okay, that's how I look at him. You see what I'm saying? He might be even younger than me in age. I don't know. I'm not sure, but he's definitely around my age. Okay, but I look at him as an older man. You see what I'm saying? Why? Because unspotted life is old age, man. It's how you were living, not about your actual age. It's how you were living. So guess what? When it says bow down to a hoary head, how much more in the spirit? How much more in the spirit?
This is Proverbs 22 and verse 17. Bow down thine ear and hear the words of the wise, and apply thine heart unto my knowledge.
Right, and apply thy heart into my knowledge. How you doing, man? How you doing? Good? And apply thy words into my knowledge. All right, which is in this book, right? The scriptures. All right, go ahead.
Matthew 11:25. And at that time, Matthew 11:25. At that time, Yahushua answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, and hast revealed them unto babes.
Right, it has revealed them unto babes, and the babes represent what? Not having that classical knowledge, not going to college, university, all these different things. Most brothers ain't even been to university, college. But then there's certain brothers that did. Certain brothers that done passed college, went to university, did all these extra. Some brothers went to theologian school. All right, yeah, before they came into truth. All right, but then they realized they didn't learn anything. You know, why did they go there? Because they were attached to the word from the beginning, right?
That's right. That's right.
But they didn't learn what they needed to learn. So when they heard the apostles, when they heard the apostles and elders, that's when they really heard the truth. That's when they really understood. Okay, and some brothers have certain jobs and certain education for their purpose in the truth, for their reason. However the Lord is building them up to be what they're going to do. Because every brother don't have the same office. Every brother ain't have the same spirit. Every brother is different. Go ahead, bro.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 18. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise.
So you have to become a fool. So even if you had that knowledge, you have to become a fool anyway. In other words, what? Taking out all that garbage you learned in school that was not relevant, putting in the good stuff. Right? You know?
For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. For it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
Right, that's what he's doing to E right now. He's taking them in their own craftiness, right? They think they're going to establish their NWO, but he's going to take them out, right? He has them in their trick bag. Now get the thing you were going to get.
This is the book of Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 3. To do justice and judgment is more acceptable to the Lord than sacrifice.
That's it.
So this is about obedience again. This is the book of 1 Kings chapter 13. In verse 20, and it came to pass as they sat at the table that the word of the Lord came unto the prophet that brought him back. And he cried unto the man of the Most High that came from Judah, saying, Thus said the Lord, for as much as thou hast disobeyed the mouth of the Lord, and hast not kept the commandment which the Lord thy power commanded thee, but camest back, and hast eaten bread and drunk water in the place unto which the Lord did say to thee, eat no bread and drink no water, thy carcass shall not come unto the sepulchre of thy fathers.
Well, that's it. That's showing you that was even a prophet. Okay? And the Lord set up to have a dude deceive him when you shouldn't have been deceived. The Lord already told him. The Lord's not double-minded. All right? So you should just went. The Lord told me, you can come here now. The Lord didn't tell me that. I'm going with that. All right? See? He should have said what Yahweh Shah was to get thee behind me. See? What?
And it came to pass after he had eaten bread and after he had drunk that he saddled for him the ass to wit for the prophet whom he had brought back. And when he was gone, a lion met him in the way and slew him. And his carcass was cast in the way, and the ass stood by it, and the lion also stood by the carcass.
I should have stayed in the house, you know. Don't play. Either way, you would have died, you know. The lion would have came in the house, you know. But I'm just saying, like, God damn, man, went out at night and through. What you got?
1 Samuel 15 and 22.
Little bit done.
And Samuel said, and the Lord has great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices, as in the obeying of the voice of the Lord.
Yeah.
Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken
And this is
than
a
the sight
sacrifice.
of
Coming out
rams.
on the highways of the Bible is a sacrifice, but to obey is better. Okay? So you better just do it the right way. Not do it your own way and make your work be in vain. You understand what I'm saying? Yo, I was out there, was cursing down at all these demons hopping up. What does that mean to me? That's what it was going to say. I didn't tell you to do that. Who told you to do that way? I didn't tell you. You must have been following Buddha, man. Who told you to do that? Go ahead.
For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness as iniquity and idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he also has rejected thee from being king.
That's it. That's exactly it. Go ahead, bro. So we'll close it up on that. Right? First and foremost, we'll give all praises going on it.
To Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Okakodash.
To the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to Rock out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. Shemai,
Shemai,
Yahweh,
Yahweh, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shemai,
Shemai,
Yahweh,
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 Shemai, Yahweh, Shalom.
Shalom. DTA and Abad Babar.
That's right. That's right. Let me see what's going on here. I see you.
Make sure this new movement tonight.